Now we're going to take a look at some numbers coming in from our local races.
Yeah, there's still a lot of them still up in the air at this point. Nate Benson joins us now from the newsroom. Nate, you've been digging into this too for us all night long. Any ones we're still watching at this point?
You know, Andy and Alyssa, we're starting to see some of these precincts, some of these districts button up quite a bit. So let's take a look at some of these state assembly races here. District 142 in the New York State Assembly, Patrick Burke and Mark Priori, 98% reporting right now. 51% for Burke, 49% for Priori. Very slim margin. The absentee ballots certainly might play a role in this race. And if we continue to scroll down, just a short time ago in the 143rd district of the Assembly, Patrick Lezinski certainly declared victory against Monica Wallace with a 52-48 margin. Again, very narrow race though. The absentee ballots might play a role in that as well. Moving on down in the 144th Assembly, Paul Bologna, who's the former chief of staff for Assemblyman Mike Norris, decisively defeated Michelle Roman, former Lockport mayor. Now Bologna Mike Norris was elected to the state Supreme Court, so Bologna is now filling in that seat in the 144th district. Moving on to the 145th Assembly District, Angela Morinello defeating Jeffrey Elder, 61-39, and Karen McMahon defeating Deborah Kilborn in the 146th Assembly District, 60-40, and David DiPietro defeating Darcy Kramer, 68-32. So we're starting to see a lot of the assembly races kind of button up as we get into the overnight hour. The big surprise, there was a lot of money poured into that 143rd district between Klaczynski and Monica Wallace. And obviously a short time ago you saw Ron Plants talking to the now assembly member elect Patrick Klaczynski. Obviously he's declaring victory. Those absentee ballots may not play a major role in this, but according to Erie County reporting, the ballots are in for this evening. So those absentee ballots, Andy and Alyssa, certainly could play a role in the next day or so.
Absolutely, Nate. Thank you for that. And in the race for Erie County District Attorney, acting DA Michael Keene is running against Republican James Gardner, of course.
Yeah, that's obviously been a tight race there that we've been watching as well. Let's see here. We see Michael Keene there has taken this one. Obviously, we can see it looks like 59% of the vote right now with against Gardner's 41. We know he came in here for John Flynn just recently and has really been trying to take on that role. He's had a lot of success there. It looks like Gardner obviously coming in, not as much experience in this race, but certainly one that we've had our eyes on for most of the night. Absolutely,
Andy, and that's 99% reporting there. So, I think that's a pretty good indicator. And now let's switch over to the New York State Senate race. In the 61st District, Democrat incumbent Sean Ryan is running against Republican Christine Zarnick, former Erie County legislator. And so, looking at those numbers here, that's reporting 98%. You can see Sean Ryan is there with 62%. Christine Zarnick with a 38%. So Ryan, of course, is the projected winner there. So the incumbent there, he'll get to keep his spot.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a race we were watching for sure. We know she tried to target him a lot with saying that he was more focused on the mayor race. So looks like he was able to escape that one just fine. Let's move on to the 63rd now state Senate race. April Baskin, of course, coming in here and looks like she's going to take this one with 66% of the vote, obviously filling that seat that we saw Tim Kennedy had held since 2010. Baskin had a lot of support here from the Erie County Democrats and looks like that certainly played in her favor, coming away with a pretty big win here.
Absolutely, and that victory very clear here, and April Baskin earlier took to the stage to kind of accept her victory and speak to what's next for her role as a senator.